A new season brings anticipation, excitement, hope, competition.
Everything you got, out of the way!
Every athlete dreams of hoisting the championship trophy, celebrating in confetti. And no conference has celebrated more NCAA championships.
Congratulations to the conference, the first to 500.
For 5 seasons, the Pac-12 Network has brought you an exclusive look at the thrills and the heartache through 850 live events and conference championships. Who will be the next All-American?
Get on your feet! Another chance!
Record breaker.
It's a new American record!
To reach their championship aspirations.
Oh, baby, here we go!
Summer's Eve high above the campus of UCLA, but the UCLA women looking for a hot start to the brand new soccer season. We are live at Drake Stadium as the number 9 Bruins get set to take on the Aztecs of San Diego State. Hey everybody, happy to have you along here. Welcome to the campus of UCLA and a brand new season here on Pac-12 Networks. Christian Miles alongside former ASU defender Temris Lane. And Temris, well, the Bruins very optimistic coming in at number 9. And with Jessie Fleming in the starting lineup, they have every reason to feel confident tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Jessie Fleming, the returning All-American. Last year she was a freshman, earns All-American, made her splash in the Pac-12. She'll be wearing the armband, though, this season, and deservingly so. She loves the tiki-taka, looking for that attacking, vicious style that we'll see from UCLA tonight against the San Diego State Aztecs. Look out for number 21.
All right, we're just getting started. When we return, we'll take a look at the starting lineups and the first half kickoff. Bruins and Aztecs next.
You're watching Pac-12 Los Angeles, home of the UCLA Bruins and the USC Trojans. Available on Time Warner, Cox, and Bright House.
Nissan is the premier partner of the Heisman Trophy, and we surprised fans with this award-winning lineup.
Eddie George, Marcus Allen, Desmond Howard.
All right, are you guys ready to go train with us? All right, let's go do it.
Then, they experienced Nissan's award-winning lineup.
No blind spot.
As in the future, I can do it.
It's Nissan's bottom line model year-end event. For a limited time, save up to $2,500 on the 2017 Nissan Sentra.
Will you take me to the Nissan dealership?
Saturday, August 26th, kick off the 2017-2018 season with a full week of non-stop football action. First, take a look back at the legends of Pac-12 football with the premiere of 12 Greatest. Then, get the lowdown on everything you need to know this season with Inside Pac-12 Football Season Previews. After that, it's time to get your game face on. The best of the West take on non-conference opponents in back-to-back matchups. Football Kickoff Week. Coverage begins Saturday, August 26th on Pac-12 Network.
On the field, on the court, defining excellence, creating champions.
They win their first ever national championship.
Among the great teams of all time.
The program's first ever national championship. National champion!
Alvin Curtis!
Impossible is nothing.
Unmatched, beyond compare. In the lead, the Pac-12, the first conference to reach 500 NCAA championships.
Nearly a century of optimism, of lifting each other up, never minding the cynics and the impossible odds. When the world says no, we say no problem. We rise above, reverse gravity, go beyond, and keep going. Turning every challenge into an opportunity to push forward together.
Here comes Robinson.
And change the game.
And welcome back to Westwood. Season 6 in full effect starting right now. It's women's soccer as the number 9 UCLA Bruins play host to the San Diego State Aztecs. Christian Miles alongside Timber Lane, just getting set for kickoff. And San Diego State, now the visitors from the Mountain West Conference, going from right to left across your screen, and UCLA embarking on another season. They look to improve upon a 5th-place finish in the Pac-12 standings last year. Happy to have you along. It should be the beginning of an epic journey here on the Pac-12 networks, full of all kinds of twists and turns. And Timorous UCLA, you talked about that young class that they had last year. The super sophomores now this year, but not too shabby of a freshman class as well. This is a team very much built on youth.
Absolutely. UCLA welcoming in a nationally ranked number 2 recruiting class. Of course, they tend to recruit champions, people looking for championships, and San Diego State looking to make a difference and step up with their young, fresh faces as well.
No slouch, of course. San Diego State, one of the powers out of the Mountain West Conference, taking out a UCLA team who really rebounded well after a subpar 2015. And now the future looking very bright. Quickly on it on that far side is Gabby Matlich, who takes up her usual role that we saw in 2016 at left back. Tegan Micah also back in goal, part of that talented freshman class last year, and 1 year of experience under her belt.
Yeah, and UCLA just settling in right now, looking for their possession game, getting bold out of the back. Of course, there we see the captain, 21, recovering for her side, Jessie Fleming. She can find pockets all over the field where she really just has the vision and the wherewithal, where she is, her positioning, to be able to be that outlet player for her teammate.
Well, only one other player in Pac-12 competition scored more goals last year, and it was a truncated season for Jessie Fleming because she was returning from the Summer Olympics in Rio, had to come in a bit late. They managed to contest the title, but losing out, of course, to Haley Skolmowski, the top goal scorers last year to the University of Utah. Fleming, you know, is going to be in the mix of that race once again this year, but there's more to her game than just goals, folks. A cerebral player that can really play a role anywhere on the field.
Yeah, high pressure here coming from the Bruins, and it works.
And it's nicely dropping for Annika Rodriguez, who tries to push her way through. It pops out wide here for San Diego State, and the Aztecs will have to concede the throw. And you get a look at Amanda Cromwell, overseeing things now in her 5th season, won it all in her first year back in 2013, and now looking for her 3rd title in the Pac-12.
That was a well-played ball there off of a throw-in, a set piece. Managed to clear that out there by San Diego State. Possess it, actually, down the right flank. So we've got some speed.
Yeah, nice little burst down that right-hand side. All for naught, as Matlich manages to track down the opposing attacker. Nice little piece of skill on that right-hand side. Ball crossed in, and UCLA in a little bit of hot water as they succumb the first quarter of the evening.
This is where they conceded a goal in their 8-1 matchup against Fullerton off of a set piece in a corner.
Yeah, Touche trying to get it in, and this one bounces and nearly dropped for Stacey Moran as it came out high.
Now this has got to give some confidence to the Aztec side here as they earn a set piece early on in this match, knowing that those set pieces are going to make a difference in this game for them, work in their favor.
So a sharp retort from the visitors. UCLA finishing last year 15-5-2, making it all the way to the 3rd round of 16 NCAA tournament, when they lost out on a very snowy field in Morgantown, West Virginia, to the national runners-up West Virginia, who ironically lost to USC in the final. And the Bruins, of course, picked to finish 2nd in this year's Pac-12 preseason coaches poll, just behind Stanford and just ahead of the Trojans. That LA Derby, as they like to say in the soccer world, is going to be something special this season. But here's a great run from Monica Rodriguez. Releases it forward now. It's Haley Mace! And the first opportunity of the season for UCLA goes just wide.
That was incredible timing there. Well-timed run. Watch as she strikes along the back line. She times her run perfectly and has released the ball on the through ball for a shot off. That's number 16, Haley Mace. Just wide.
Yeah, different role this year for the junior than she played in her first 2 years, and playing up top. She was at the heart of that UCLA defense alongside Kaya McCullough for the last 2 seasons. So we'll see how she adapts to her new position in attack.
And credit to this player here, Rodriguez, who read that one extremely well. Played an incredible through ball. That dynamic duo and that combination of those players connecting is going to be key for UCLA this season.
Yeah, almost a 4-2, or rather a 4-3-3 setup here for UCLA.
Yeah, I think we're seeing both 4-3-3 setups here.
Long throw from Annika Rodriguez, trying to pick out Mace. It may drop, and it will come out for a San Diego State goal kick. Hey,
it's a corner.
And you get a look at Mike Friesen in his 11th year as the Aztecs man, and he's really revolutionized this program. 8 Mountain West titles of San Diego State's 9, and 4 of the 6 NCAA appearance for the Aztecs. Team, of course, that just lost out in the conference tournament title to UNLV on penalty kicks. So Annika Rodriguez to take the first corner for UCLA, and well held in the end from English, who bobbled it initially.
Well done there from English, keeping her mitts on that one. Now, it looks like San Diego State's looking for the possession out of the back, knowing that if English plays that one long, punts that ball long, it's about a 50-50 ball. And any possession they can limit from the Bruins, they want to.
Here's Gabby Matlich, the senior from Los Gatos. Drops into the center of defense now. And here's Kai McCullough. As steady as they come, she very much is the prototype center half of college soccer these days, and she was an absolute bedrock of that back four last year in a UCLA defense that only conceded 22 times. Much better improvement than we saw in 2015. In fact, 10 goals fewer than the season prior. So they improved and are looking to take it one step further this time around.
Right, and that back line is a veteran back line with one exception, and that's Karina Rodriguez back there. San Diego State does well to regain possession here. Now, the challenge for San Diego State is going to be winning the ball and then maintaining that possession. The Bruins are just so notoriously known for keeping that possession and being patient.
Yeah, it really is part of the ethos that Amanda Cromwell preaches to her players. Very similar to the men's style. Gorowski playing it right back, tracked down by McCullough. She's got pressure from Esther Ardarsdottir. And finally punched away by Tegan Micah, the Australian goalkeeper. Tell you what, it's a pretty good start here. You know, there's a lot of butterflies. You've been there, Tim, and
yes,
all the training, all that nervousness just releasing itself.
Preseason is finally over. You just look forward to these matches and the feeling that you get, the exhilaration, especially if you're a San Diego State stepping onto a pitch. The pitch against the UCLA Bruins, someone you've notoriously had a challenging time defeating. You know this is a big game. Both sides are looking to make an impact at the start of the season. Games on Pac-12 networks. Your friends, your families watching.
Here's Haley Mace in her new role, shouldered off of it, trying to lay it off. Nicely held as it's whipped around by the freshman Viviana Villacorta. And it comes out for an Aztec throw. You talked about the hoodoo that UCLA have had over the San Diego State team. They've won the last 8 meetings. It's been 19 years since the Aztecs last defeated UCLA. All in all, 12 wins for the Bruins in their 14 encounters.
That's a big difference there, and that's a psychological aspect also when you step onto teams like this that should beat you. It's like going up against a player that you know is say, when I defended Marta, it's like you know she should beat you, so any opportunity you get to get in a tackle or make a difference, you're going to take it. And right now, SDSU is holding their own.
Nice little touch there from Musto to Aliyah Atouche. Well controlled out of the back from UCLA as it finds its way to Annika Rodriguez, who's also playing a different role, but she reverts to her usual spot in center here, and it's a lung-bursting run here from Rodriguez, trying to lay it off, but Gorowski nowhere near it.
Gorowski just a little too wide there. I like the idea from Annika Rodriguez here. She's really good on the dribble. She's a strong dribbler, and she dribbles at pace. She's looking for that through ball, but also to time it so that her teammates stay on side.
no quit to Annika Rodriguez, no matter where she finds herself playing. Good movement down this right-hand side as it's pulled back across. And it'll come out of play for a Bruin throw. And you get a good look at Delaney Sheehan, one of the new faces here.
Yep.
One of 3 freshmen in the starting lineup today, making their collegiate debut. Sheehan, of course, from Brentwood and Liberty High School, already a part of the U.S. women's national team set up at the under-19 level.
Now keep an eye on this one. As Coach Cromwell said, she's super dynamic. She earned some assists in the exhibition matches earlier in preseason. I think even scored a goal.
You're raising some eyebrows if you're in a UCLA starting lineup as a freshman on opening day. Certainly made quite an impression. Here's Goralski, who is so central to all of their attacking forays last year. Well held is McCullough trying to keep possession. Just a little tug on her top, so it'll be a free kick for the Bruins. Like the rugged determination of Kaya McCullough, the sophomore from Mission Viejo. Part of the U.S. women's national team under-20 setup back in May. The National Training Center just down the road in Carson. A lot of under-20 talent out here, a lot of international quality. And McCullough, of course, over 1,800 minutes last year. As it pops out for Goralski, she has a look, tries to square it across, and it just hits Jessie Fleming, who really couldn't do much with that.
I think it went off an Aztec player.
And the intended target is Jessie Fleming, and you know she's just chomping at the bit here. Nice little piece of skill from Goralski initially.
Turns out to be a header. Maybe an unintentional one, but she got in the way nonetheless.
So corner number 2 coming up for the Bruins, and standing over is the freshman Delaney Sheehan. Let's see what she has to offer on the outswinger. The touch just inside the center of the box, and it pops out. Bam! Straight in, held by the keeper, and the tap-in denied. Super save from Gabby English. It was well struck by Villacorta.
Take a look at this now. Great strike. English gets down, gets her mitts on it, and gets the rebound. And this is why you frame the goal, because you never know what's going to pop back out at you, and that's how many goals are scored in this game.
Super save from the redshirt sophomore from Winter Park, Florida. 8 shutouts last year for Gabby English, one of 3 co-captains. Controlled there by Yasmin Ahuja. And San Diego State take over possession near side now for Mia Root. Trying to play it down the line, and nicely read by Kaya McCullough. Safely back to the feet of Tegan Micah as UCLA looked to build.
Turn.
And I'll tell you what, Villacorta, she came in with a big reputation, and she's living up to the billing here. Nice movement out of the back from Sheehan, who plays it out wide. And here comes UCLA behind Sunny Dunphy before she's swarmed by a sea of black and red. What a beginning as Matlich takes over. That was a real great turn from Viviana Villacorta out of the back, but a good save initially from Gabby English.
I bet English wishes she would have held on to that one. A little bit more sticky fingers. That one bobbled around nonetheless. Worked out in her favor.
Jessie Fleming, what more can you say about her? That freshman season has led her on the Mac Herman watch list for the outstanding collegiate player in the nation, and she has numbers anything close to what she had last year with 11 goals and 5 assists. Now the third-team NCAA All-American very much will be in contention for that award again.
You know, it says quite a lot when a sophomore wears the captain's band, the armband for the season.
That one belted in, and not lacking in confidence is Haley Mace, who really gave it a ride.
Thought she'd try one. We haven't seen shots taken from outside the box so far. Might as well test the keeper.
Well, she already hit the back of the net in exhibition against Cal State Bakersfield this past Sunday, an 8-1 thrashing of CSU Bakersfield.
Good control of San Diego State. Good touch. Now their challenge again. It's going to be keeping possession against such a strong Bruin side.
Touch over, now the flag stays down, and it's looking very good. It's Sonny Dunphy for the Bruins, right out in front, and Fleming couldn't tap it in. Great movement and build-up play from UCLA.
Well, the Bruins are doing an excellent job at reading that back line, keeping themselves onside. Look as she takes this ball down, takes her time, almost a little bit too much time, plays it across, and Fleming is almost there. I think this one was meant to be a shot on goal, less than a pass to her teammate.
Sonny Dunphy, the sophomore, one of 6 sophomores in the starting 11 tonight. Scored once last year, looking to open her account early this time around. Touch back forward now for the Bruins, and it'll be Kaya McCullough looking to orchestrate from a deeper roll. She'll hit this one long. Good movement on that left-hand side. Matlich unable to keep it in, or did she? Now it drifted over the byline, so it'll be a goal kick here for San Diego State. And UCLA, Timorous, really starting to settle in right now.
Yeah, absolutely. They're seeing what they've been given, and that through ball, that ball over the top, down the flanks, is what San Diego State is allowing them at this point. Working to deny Jessie Fleming the ball. The less she possesses the ball, the better for San Diego State.
That's why they want to come out with a little higher press as it drifts over the top now, tracked down by the San Diego State right back Sarah Brocha, who's come under heavy pressure here in the last few minutes. Mentioned it was an 8-1 victory on Sunday for the Bruins over Cal State Bakersfield. That came after an international conglomeration of Canadian players the previous Friday, which they managed to walk out 1-0. Here's McCullough all over the field to start.
Recovering from a San Diego State possession, looking to play down that flank. Those Bruins just got that locked down.
This is Annika Rodriguez taking it from her sister Karina. One of those 3 freshmen in the starting 11. Karina making her collegiate debut. A nice piece of skill from Sheehan, who's impressed early on. Lays it off for Jessie Fleming. Those two really look to have a great understanding. Actually scored and assisted each other in that 8-1 triumph over Cal State Bakersfield. And I tell you what, if you're a head coach, you'd like to see that understanding between 2 players. One new to the program and the other just a sophomore.
Absolutely. If you're getting them in there young, their chemistry is great. They're able to combine. There's something about familiarity with players on the field. You can anticipate better which way they're going to go, how they want the ball.
And it just comes from constant repetition of being on the pitch with each other at the same time.
Yeah, it's learning each other's nuances, a nuanced way of indicating and communicating with their bodies and the ball. The language of the ball.
Well said. Here's Matlich, one of 9 returning starters this year for the UCLA Bruins. If you look at this roster, they are absolutely stacked.
Yeah, and if you notice, when the Bruins possess, Gorowski tends to get up the flank, at least one of the outside backs. Offsides call here.
Yeah, it was good movement. Matlich just mistiming her run slightly. Gabby Matlich, one of those 2 seniors in the starting 11. Had a solid season last year. Missed a few games for a little bit of injury, but actually had an assist for Julia Hernandez in that big 5-0 thrashing at San Diego State early on last season.
San Diego State working to make it predictable for their teammates, where they can anticipate the play to come, but UCLA working through the midfield. Even though you see the numbers in the midfield, San Diego State's pulling back their attack so they can clog up that midfield, making it more difficult for the likes of Fleming, Sheehan, and Villacorta.
And Kaya McCullough going long for her old center back teammate, Haley Mace.
Well played there from Stacy Moran, the senior center back.
A foul being charged to Haley Mace. so intrigued by these players. You always see these forwards being converted into fullbacks, but rarely do you see a center back being converted to a center forward. You see it late in games when they lump it up and try and get that reply late on as things get a little desperate, but this is a well-thought-out tactical switch.
Well, you said it earlier, Skomalski was one of those converted players, and she turned out to be the leading scorer in the Pac-12, so stranger things have happened.
We'll see. She very much is that target.
At one point in my career, I was a forward, and then once I found my home at defender, it just felt right. And it really comes down to mentality and just really, I think if you've had that experience, incredible work on the ball there.
That's Annika Rodriguez in a nutshell right there. No quit, tenacious as they come. She's a pest to play against, and that's the utmost compliment. Switching numbers this year, going from 13 to 7, and that usually reserved for players playing in wider roles, and that's what she'll be doing this year, playing on the wing.
The 7.
The old Beck's number. One of many.
One of many, yeah. Ronaldo. I think of Ronaldo now.
Old guys like me think of Eric Cantona and such.
Dating yourself.
Yes.
But it's also tremendous football history that you're digging into the archives of. Here we go.
Here's Mace. Gets a hold of it now. Leads the line. Flag stays down. And here comes a hard-charging Annika Rodriguez. And this looks good for the UCLA Bruins. They look to pull one back and carve them open for the first time. Rodriguez looking for some support here. Just gets it caught in the spokes.
She tried to do a little back heel there. Looking for Goralski on the right flank. Didn't quite work out for her. It was a good idea. Now San Diego State built with the task to keep possession.
Well, they're definitely, UCLA, winning that war of possession and starting to overrun the midfield in the center of the park, and that's a positive sign. Not for that man, Mike Friesen. He said that was something he really had to be aware of. Touched over now for Rodriguez from Villa Corta, and San Diego State able to claim it back, just trying to relieve the pressure.
First touch. Good hustle there from the center back.
Esther Arnarsdottir, the Icelander, dropping into that wide roll from their attacking position. And like UCLA, the Aztecs going with that 4-3-3. They want to come out and press it high and make life difficult for those Bruin defenders. And as we hit the midpoint of half number 1, happy to have you along as we kick off season 6 in the Pac-12 network. And it's great speed here from Otush, who squares it across. Only for the gloves of Tegan Micah to snatch it up.
Yeah, this is where we've seen most of their opportunities come. Down this right flank through Aaliyah Otush, who's an impact player, really stepped up, worked hard in the offseason, and someone that Coach Friesen is dependent upon, this team is dependent upon, to be an impact player and a game changer.
She can get in behind, and we just saw it there. Here's Dunphy holding up play for Villa Corta. Muscled off of it by Nicolina Musco, and the Aztecs reclaim possession. Just trying to take a little bit of the sting out of this ever-growing confident Bruin midfield.
Just the sharpness lacking a bit in keeping that possession. Goralski does well to win this one back and goes for the reset.
7 more wins, 1 less defeat for the Bruins last year than they had in 2015. And their best run in the NCAA tournament since 2014. Going all the way to the round of 16. Plenty of room for improvement, but a solid foundation. Just where you want to be.
Did you hear Gabby English there tell her teammate Stacey Moran, Stace, you got to get in front, especially in front of a player like Jessie Fleming.
Easier said than done.
You got to make sure you're protecting the goalkeeper and the ball, especially on those plays backwards. Almost in the box. San Diego State gaining a little possession now, a little forward momentum.
Near side for Mia Root, trying to combine with Arnarsdottir. To no avail, and it drops to the feet of the Canadian, Jessie Fleming, already a part of the Canadian senior setup. She will be for years to come.
She should be.
Annika Rodriguez trying to play it early from that diagonal run from Haley Mason. It'll drop out of play, and it's going to be a Bruin throw. Well, UCLA, one of 5 Pac-12 teams ranked in the first preseason USC poll, United Soccer Coaches poll, along with number 2 Stanford, number 3 USC, number 20 Utah, and of course the Buffs, Danny Sanchez in Colorado coming in at number 25.
Representing Pac-12.
Talked about UCLA being stacked, the entire conference being stacked as well. Here's the throw for Annika Rodriguez. Plenty of targets in there. The flick on from Mace, who wins the header and did well. Will drop it centrally now. Fleming looking for some space for herself and try to link up with Sheehan. And it'll drop to the feet of Gabby English.
I have a feeling that a halftime conversation for Coach Cromwell will be about getting shots on goal, because right now they're getting a lot of possession, finding the opportunities. Credit to San Diego State for disallowing shots at this point. Right now there's a lot of build-up for the Bruins and not a lot of opportunities on target.
Just want to be a little bit more ruthless in front of goal. For Kaya McCullough. Up and over the top for Annika Rodriguez in that right-sided roll. Likes to be in this position and works her way past her defender before she's brought down. Free kick for the Bruins. Yasmin Ahuja, the San Diego State left back, certainly has her hands full.
Absolutely. This is a player that you are working hard the whole game, especially keeping track of her on the run. She likes to cut on the inside. Well played here from Annika Rodriguez.
At the top now, Gorowski had to go, and it's a good block from the Aztecs. Trying to start things off on the counter-attack. And it's a bright beginning, an open game, as you would expect. Second consecutive season that UCLA have opened up their campaign against the Aztecs. Hoping this year will go anything like last year when they won 5-0 at the Sports Deck. Still a lot of soccer remaining as Fleming finds Annika Rodriguez, who has plenty of space, whips one in. Did it take a deflection? And that's what she appeals. But it's going to be a goal kick for the Aztecs.
Just mishit it a bit. Didn't quite get her hips around. I'm not sure if she's going for a shot or a cross.
Get a look at Gabby English. 8 shutouts, 8th most in a single season in San Diego State Aztec history. Played every game, started every game, and really had an okay freshman season according to her head coach, so he's expecting big things for her because if those are okay numbers,
yeah,
and the ceiling is very high.
Yeah, absolutely, and every year that passes in a collegiate career, in any career really, with a particular team, you just work on the things that you know you need to improve, and you have the resources to do it.
Here's Matlich for the Bruins, right back to work, linking up with Sonny Dunphy, and San Diego State clear their lines for the time being. Aztecs 10-7-4 last year, finishing 3rd in the regular season Mountain West Conference, before going all the way to the finals of their conference tournament and losing out to the Runnin' Rebels. A good recovery for them last year as they started out.
Excellent turn
with
there.
4 consecutive defeats after that UCLA loss. They managed to turn things around, and Dunphy trying to feed Matlich, who was making the run but couldn't quite get there in time. So the first substitution of the evening, we're to see a move made here by Amanda Cromwell. So Mac Cerda will check in, the sophomore fullback from Huntington Beach, California. And this is though Sonny Dunphy will take her place on the bench. And this will be interesting because you bring on a left back in place of someone who plays a more attack-minded role. Might see a shuffling of the tactical deck, so to speak.
Really working to get the ball here up the right flank.
So Mackenzie Cerda, the sophomore. 6 assists last year. Good enough for 5th best in conference play. Here's Stacey Moran, gives it away to Haley Mason, wins it back. High pressure now from the Bruins as they reclaim possession, and here they come behind Jessie Fleming, who just ran into a buzzsaw. And a throw now for Sarah Brocha on the right-hand side of that Aztec defense.
The challenge here for San Diego State has been finding their possession in the middle and attacking third. And once they do get possession into the attack, it's catching up. Right now they've got numbers behind the ball because Bruins are sending players forward. Both their outside backs in Goralski and Matlich are getting forward, finding the opportunities to strike up the flank.
And speaking of Matlich, she's come over to the right-hand side with Sarah taking up her spot on the left, so a switch of fullbacks. Anna Cromwell not shy about adjusting things on the fly. That is her approach. Here's Kaya McCullough in the heart of that UCLA defense as the Bruins look to set up camp once again in the Aztec half.
And this is Karina Rodriguez playing it long, the freshman defender, getting the nod.
And it drops now for Sheehan. This is Jessie Fleming, the super sophomore. And those two with a telepathic understanding between them before it's nearly shepherded out of play. Good tenacity from Sheehan here, trying to square it back across for Goralski. Great touch from the fullback who runs into another defender, sits up. Viviana Villacorta trying to slide it through. A little bit of space from Villacorta. Amazing run. Out comes the keeper. My goodness, some sweet feet in there.
Wow, incredible footwork and skill. Patience working it through that San Diego State back line. Let's take a look here. Good pressure here from Sheehan, who just is tenacious connecting with her teammates. Watch out for that ponytail, too.
Taking a page out of Annika Rodriguez's book as Mace comes out wide on the left-hand side. Goralski in the box. Great run from Mace. She goes to ground. All eyes on the referee. Perhaps a penalty, but it's just outside the box. My goodness. That one very, very close.
Very close call. I'm thinking that it probably was inside the box, but let's take a look. Oh, yep. Just outside. Borderline.
Now the initial contact outside, and I have to say, our referee tonight, Salma Perez, had a very good look at it. No hesitation.
No hesitation.
But that is flirting with disaster for SDSU.
It could have gone the other way.
So the Bruins standing over the free kick. This is advantageous to say the least. And a sea of Bruins inside the penalty area.
Look at Rodriguez on the back post now.
This one lifted in, up and over the top. It takes a couple of bounces in. San Diego State living dangerously. Goralski lays it across. And Annika Rodriguez couldn't latch onto the volley. And here come the Aztecs on the counterattack.
Pulling back, making sure our teammates are catching up. That was a transition opportunity there for San Diego State. Annika Rodriguez playing it in and gets fouled.
I saw this a lot last year with Annika Rodriguez. She leaves everything on the pitch, including herself a lot of times. Gives everything she's got. Tireless, fearless player.
Just a clip.
And she took her licks as well. And San Diego State fortunate not to come away with a booking. Still no yellow card.
Yeah.
No yellow cards at all dealt so far, and that's what Amanda Cromwell is protesting. Touch back now for Annika Rodriguez. Trying to lift it in. Did respond. Well, coming up, stay tuned. Coming up at halftime, we'll bring you the sports report update from our Pac-12 network studio up in San Francisco.
That's an excellent ball. Good idea. Well defended there from San Diego State.
It's helped on by Mia Root. Tell you what, Esther Arsnarsdottir, the Icelandic striker wearing the number 7, is on an island by herself and hasn't had much service. And that really is a credit, Timrus, to this UCLA midfield who really put on the clamps.
Right. UCLA midfield and even their defenders getting into the attack. It was indeed a yellow card that was given on that penalty, or not the penalty, the free kick outside the box.
Right down the line, and Mace.
What an incredible run. It was indeed offsides, just a hair. But this is what we're seeing right now with Haley Mace. She's got incredible vision of her opponent's back line, timing her run and recognizing when her teammates are looking for that through ball or looking for an option forward. She's been able to make that run a few times now, playing that back line to her favor. This one, however, was called off.
Nice little piece of skill on the left-hand side, and here comes Matlich around the defense. And didn't she do well? Annika Rodriguez, rather. And now it's UCLA really starting to sink their teeth into these Aztecs.
Annika Rodriguez having more conversations with the referee, or with her teammate, it looks like. Not quite sure what her complaint's about. It happens. It happens. Got to have conflict resolution in moments out on that pitch, even with your own teammates.
So Max Serta standing over it, a sophomore. Another one of those converted forward. Now finding success deeper on the pitch at left fullback. And beware the in-swinger on this right foot. And Serta keeps it low and hard. And San Diego State don't clear their lines. Here's McCullough. Just couldn't dig it out in time. And UCLA have to be wary as the Aztecs look at a hit on the break.
Now this is what you're hoping when you have San Diego State. You want those transition opportunities. You want the switch of play and the speed of play, but you've got to learn to keep possession and get your team up with you. You can't be the only player, and I think that's what happens. You get so caught up in getting out, recovering, that you turn it over, and that's what just happened with San Diego State again, and you're turning it over to a top-level midfield here.
Yeah, really playing right into their hands.
Right.
As Villacorta locates the nice run from Serta. Forward-minded is Max Serta, reverting to those attacking instincts. Big switch from her. Matlich, flag is down. Matlich able to control it after a poor first touch. She needs some support here. Plays it at the top. Nice little touch from Sheehan, who pulls it straight across. Great goal from the UCLA Bruins. It's Haley Mace who draws first blood 37 minutes in. The breakthrough comes, and the number 9 Bruins on top, 1-0.
Impressive skill there from Delaney Sheehan, finding the opportunity. Let's take another look at this one. Sheehan beats her defender, splits the defense, finds Haley Mace, and Haley Mace is already set up for that strike and just blasts it into the back of the net. 1-0 UCLA go up on the Aztecs.
And no chance for the keeper. A deadly, ruthless finish, and Haley Mace feeling quite at home in that UCLA attack. A wonderfully constructed goal from the number 9 Bruins.
Well anticipated from the number 16 Mace. She saw that one coming, predictable, like the super dynamic Delaney Sheehan. That's what Cromwell said. Keep an eye out for her. She's already recorded some assists in the exhibition matches, and now assists in the season.
Latouche trying to play it forward now for Musto, and the reply nearly there for the Aztecs.
Incredible recovery here and response from SDSU. Musto gets the cross off, and this one just run all the way in. Mitchell, credit to her for making that one happen. She gets in there.
Mitchell off the bench and nearly into the goals. That late run.
Sometimes that's what you need, some fresh legs and some fresh energy with a different perspective to just make something happen.
I'll tell you what, that really kind of plays into the proverbial stereotypes as you're most vulnerable right after you're at your best, and a super goal, and they nearly hit on the subsequent play. Things really opening up.
That's, we used to say 5 minutes. After you score a goal, after you go down a goal, you have to really focus in for 5 minutes. In this case, for the Bruins, they almost let one up immediately after they scored a goal, probably because they relaxed a little. And those are the moments that can catch you.
Great first touch from Haley Mace. Plays it out wide now. Gorowski joins in and just got a little too far underneath it. My goodness, what a goal from UCLA. And
that was incredible.
Really put a smile on Amanda Cromwell's face, I'm sure.
I'm sure, particularly before half.
Sensational volley from Haley Mace. She grabs her second goal as a UCLA Bruin, her first of the season, and now we'll see another switch here from the Bruins.
Chloe Castaneda steps in.
Castaneda already 2 goals in preseason. Castaneda, the redshirt sophomore from Encino, California. Slot in. We'll see how she affects the tactical setup here for the Bruins. As Mackenzie Serra drops to the bench.
Sarah Brocha on the foul there. Now, according to Coach Friesen, this young freshman is coming quite confident in her defensive position. Her first touch, a nutmeg.
That one up and in and felt in. Apologies, Sarah still in. So we'll see how Castaneda will fit into the scheme. I'll tell you what, that's a good problem to have. She looks as though she'll take up that role in the center of the park here, Temeris. Nice touch from Angela Mitchell. Back to Brocha. It's Zoe Goralski who came off it. That will keep Gabby Matlich at right back. Nice little touch out wide here for Aaliyah Touche. Sees the danger woman, but can't find her way past that sea of blue. And here comes Jessie Fleming for Castaneda. Locates Delaney Sheehan. Well, defensively, it's been pretty solid here from San Diego State, holding firm and strong until the 37th minute. And they've been up against it for most of this one, as you can see from the look on Danny DeRosa's face. Part of that senior partnership alongside Stacey Moran in the heart of that San Diego State defense. And it comes out, and it'll be corner kick number 4 for UCLA. Now, ideally, they'd like to tack an extra one on here just before halftime. Not quite the blowout we saw last year in San Diego. Sheehan drops that shoulder, goes to the byline. Good strength from the San Diego State defense. But
another corner here.
Another corner.
No credit to San Diego State. Coach Friesen said that they've had just a spectacular preseason. The team chemistry is on point. You can see that here. They're really working together, especially defensively.
Serta lifts one up high, right off the head and in, and cleared away by San Diego State. Matlich serves it right back up. I have to say, well defended from the Aztecs. Here's Serta trying to lift it up and over the top for Haley Mace, who's in a foot race. And more pressure from Danny DeRosa in the heart of that San Diego State back 4. The corner kicks, Tim, really starting to pile up.
UCLA racking them up here. There's always a short option here, but we've seen most of them go direct. All of them, actually.
And beware the in-swinger from Mackenzie Serta. Lifts it up high, strong header away, bodies flying everywhere. And San Diego State not clearing their lines. It drops for Castaneda, who will be called for the handball, I believe. Goes against the Bruins, and Castaneda trying to have an impact. The redshirt sophomore had that only goal in that winner against the Canadian FISU team. Annika Rodriguez trying to keep it in and does so. Now she's reverted to that role on the left-hand side, and we've seen Delaney Sheehan come over on the right in that three-pronged attack.
We've seen a few players switch the side of the pitch. even on San Diego State side. Latouche was on the right, now she's on the left.
It's not like a substitutions en masse, but it's a real alteration of the setup within the 11. And that really speaks to the versatility and flexibility that the Bruins possess. That's going to come in handy in the long run.
Especially in these seasons, back-to-back games, Friday, Sunday games. Got to keep people fresh.
Well, San Diego State only going to clear that of danger. Here's Fleming speaking of danger, lays it off. Mace looking for number 2. In front, it's Sheehan! Denied by English.
Excellent build-up there from the Bruins. Great combination play from those three. And incredible defending there from Gabby English. Great goaltending, I should say. Look at this take here from Sheehan. She just goes for the toe punt, but English is there. Makes herself big, gets in the way.
A goal-saving save that time from Gabby English, who laid it all on the line, denying Sheehan of her first ever collegiate goal. Meanwhile, Mackenzie Cerda delivers another corner. The header is on and wide. Well won in the center of the box, and Haley Mace really asserting her quality in that final third.
9, 8, 7.
And that will be the last chance of the first half. And UCLA out in front thanks to the 37th minute goal from Haley Mace, adjusting to her new role in attack. Thank you very much. And your thoughts here in the first 45 minutes, Timra Slang?
I thought we saw a strong match, particularly from the Bruins, coming out playing their game. They possessed the ball well. Those young players in the midfield, Jessie Fleming, Sheehan really making a difference, did well to find their goal before half.
Well, right now we're joined by San Diego State head coach Mike Friesen. Hey, Mike, thanks for taking the time. It was a good start from you guys in the first couple of minutes, but UCLA able to settle in. How did you see the first half?
Yeah, I thought we did some things really well early, especially. I liked how we closed some spaces, but obviously they were on the ball a lot towards the end there, and I think what happens as they're on the ball at time, we eventually get on the ball a little bit and we give it right back to them. One of the things we talked about pregame, right, is we want to make sure that when we do win the ball back, we're connecting passes, and the times we actually settle down after the goal and connected a few passes, we were able to get some chances there. So that's going to be our focus in the second half, is make sure we can contain them as best we possibly can. And when we get on the ball, make sure we connect passes and be able to get some numbers forward and see if we can create some more chances.
Yeah, speaking of getting numbers forward, right after the Bruins scored their goal, you guys had an opportunity on goal. Is this something you guys are training, those transition plays and playing quickly?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. We're in transition. We want to make sure we connect passes, and I think that's where we got a little bit out of what we want to do kind of in the middle of the game there, which is, we're panicking. They have the ball a ton. We finally win it back. We're trying to do everything on one pass where, if we just connect a few passes and create some shape out of it, we're actually we're gonna be better going forward. So that'll be our focus in the second half, is when we get on the ball to make sure we can keep it, create shape, and trust each other.
Mike, thanks for taking the time. Best of luck in half number 2.
Thank you.
Coming up after the break, we'll take you up to our San Francisco studios for the Sports Report update. Halftime here in Westwood. San Diego State 0, UCLA 1.
By Nissan. Choose Nissan today for great offers on our most exciting lineup. Shop ChooseNissan.com.
Home of the UCLA Bruins. You're watching Pac-12 Los Angeles.
Nissan is the premier partner of the Heisman Trophy, and we surprised fans with this award-winning lineup.
Marcus Allen.
Are you guys ready to go train with us? Let's go do it!
Then, they experienced Nissan's award-winning lineup.
That's incredible.
It's Nissan's bottom line model year end event. For a limited time, lease the Rogue family today, starting at just $159 per month.
Will you take me to the Nissan dealership?
Some kids you can't coach, you can't teach to be great. They just have it in them.
August 26th, witness greatness with the premiere of the Pac-12 Network original series, 12 Greatest. The 12 greatest football players from every Pac-12 institution.
The impact he had on his team, making them so much better.
12 Greatest. Stream the entire first season on Pac-12 now, August 26th, starting at 1.
Christine Simmons, President and Chief Operations Officer for the Los Angeles Sparks. I took a very non-traditional path to get to where I am today. I was actually pre-med. I have a degree in physiological science. I found myself organizing and empowering and working in the community far more than I probably was studying in the sciences. During that period of time, I actually met Magic Johnson, or Magic Johnson, my now boss, at UCLA. Fast forward, my passion for empowerment and community service then became a career in diversity. That then led me to work for Irvin Magic Johnson, which was a phenomenal opportunity for me. Provided such a unique opportunity for me to provide this platform for women. So it became this amazing mix of empowerment, business, and sports, which are three of my loves. Christine Simmons, class of 1998, UCLA. Go Bruins.
While schools might be on break, Pac-12 Network will be in session all summer long. This week, training camps have started, and the countdown to kickoff has begun. We've got everything you need to get up to speed for the upcoming football season. Pac-12 Summer on Pac-12 Network, all summer long.
Hi there, welcome inside our San Francisco studios. Kate Rooney here with your halftime report. Ninth-ranked UCLA has got a 1-0 lead over San Diego State at the break as the Bruins try to win their second straight season opener against the Aztecs. But before we get you back out to Drake Stadium, we've got to show you what happened across the country earlier this evening as the number 2 team in the nation opened their season on the road at Marquette. That's right, the Stanford Cardinal. This one scoreless until the 36th minute, when Katarina Macario found the top corner for the goal to put Stanford up 1-0. We go to the second half, 52nd minute, same score. In the box, Jordan DiBiase finds Kira Carusa for a beauty, and it's a 2-0 lead for the Card. On to the 72nd minute. Off the cross, Carusa heads in her second goal of the game. Pretty special when you consider she only had 5 goals all of last season. 74th minute. The Cardinals just keep doing what they do. It's Mariah Lee with the header. Stanford wins big, 4-0. Second career goal for Mariah Lee. How about the reigning national champs back in action today? Number 3 USC unveiling their championship banner ahead of their match with UC Davis earlier today. 22nd minute. Leah Pruitt crossing it into the box and Alex Anthony scoring off the goalie deflection to put the Trojans up 1-0. On to the second half. Same score. Long pass from Samantha Bruder. And freshman Arlie Jones just diving her way into a header to score. 2-0 lead for the Trojans. What a beauty for Jones. Not a bad first career goal. USC wins 2-1. They now have a 7-game winning streak dating back to last season. As for new head coach Graham Winkworth down in Tempe, he's got a fresh slate with his Arizona State Sun Devils as they hosted Ohio State today, 31st minute. In a 1-0 game, Olive Jones finding the equalizer for the Sun Devils. Pretty good way to get your first career goal. 62nd minute, same score. Ohio State crosses to Sammy Edwards, but a beauty of a save by Megan Delaney. Just diving to keep that one out of the basket. And the game would stay tied through overtime, so we go to the 98th minute. Same score, it's Megan Commerdiner putting the Buckeyes up for good. Ohio State getting that overtime win. Tough break for the Sun Devils. How about number 25 Colorado looking to start their season with a win against rival Colorado State in the Colorado Cup. They've won 5 of the last 6 of those. 45th minute of a scoreless game, and it would stay scoreless as Taylor Korniak's kick goes long. On to the 60th minute. Still nothing on the board. This time Kaya Ornez hits the post from deep, so another overtime match here. 106th minute. Good shot for Korniak. Free kick there is a little too high, so we end in a 0-0 draw. Up next for Colorado is Colorado College on Sunday. As for the Bruins, we're taking you back to their match in just a moment, but first stick around. I'll be back with more updates after the break.
Is the premier partner of the Heisman Trophy, and we surprised fans with this award-winning lineup.
Enjoy. Marcus Allen, Desmond Howard.
All right, are you guys ready to go train with us? All right, let's go do it.
Then, the Experience Nissan's award-winning lineup.
No blind spot.
As a feature, I can do it.
It's Nissan's bottom line model year end event. For a limited time, save up to $2,500 on the 2017 Nissan Sentra.
Will you take me to the Nissan dealership?
It's time to play.
It's time to play.
Only 8 days.
Only 8 days till football kickoff week.
Watch the action on Pac-12 Network.
Before you see it on TV, even before you read about it on your homepage.
Our first collegiate perfect 10.
Before it goes viral, it lives here. Download the Pac-12 Now app to see your team anytime, anywhere.
Hi, my name is Tegan Micah. I'm from Australia and I play for UCLA women's soccer team. When I came here on my recruiting trip, I absolutely loved it. I was like, wow, America's really got it all compared to Australia. The college experience, regardless of sporting, is so much different to Australia. So adding like the soccer and adding like performance training and everything we get on top of the academics, I was like, wow, this is a whole new world. UCLA is this like incredible mixture of both, and I just knew that I was like, this is what I want to do. I want to get a degree. I want to play soccer. This team is my second family. They're incredible. I can approach any of them about any dramas I have, and everyone's super helpful and nice. So like I said it before, I'll say it again. It's one of the best dynamics I've had on the team before in my life. So I absolutely love them all. My name is Tegan Micah. I play for UCLA women's soccer team. Go Bruins!
Welcome back. Kate Rooney with you on the Halftime Report. If you followed the news the last 24 hours, you're probably aware of the attacks in Barcelona, Spain on Thursday evening. The Oregon State and Arizona men's basketball teams were both staying in Barcelona for a European tournament tour. Thankfully, we've learned everyone from both squads is safe. And Beavers head coach Wayne Tinkle had this to say yesterday.
I know people back home are concerned, but I don't think they understand the gravity of what occurred here today. So we're just reaching out, letting you know that we're all in good shape. All of our party and players and everyone are accounted for. We've got a couple of members that aren't with us in the hotel, but are safe until things are cleared up a little bit later on. So everything's good with our guys. Obviously going to be a tough thing to deal with here moving forward, but thank God that we're all safe.
As of this afternoon, Oregon State told us the following. The team is in Valencia. They play tomorrow and plan to continue the tour as scheduled. So good news for the Beavers. As for the Wildcats, they released the following statement. Our entire travel party is safe and accounted for following the situation in Barcelona today. Our thoughts are with the people affected. We've decided to cancel our third and final exhibition of the tour and are currently working on travel plans to return home. We wish them, of course, a very safe trip home and express our condolences to those injured in the attacks and those who lost loved ones. For additional updates, please visit pac-12.com.
You're watching Pac-12 Los Angeles, home of the UCLA Bruins and the USC Trojans. Available on Time Warner, Cox, and Bright House.
Nearly a century of optimism, of lifting each other up, never minding the cynics and the impossible odds. When the world says no, we say no problem. We rise above, reverse gravity, go beyond, then keep going. Turning every challenge into an opportunity to push forward together.
Here comes Robinson.
And change the game.
Hi, my name is Tatiana Perry. I'm a psychology major and I run hurdles at UCLA. My academics have been so important in my life, so I wanted to make sure I had the balance of both academics and athletics, and I thought UCLA was like the best fit. I'm leaning towards like sports psych and then child psych. I'm really big on helping others, as I went to this camp called SCOA in Japan last year where I was a counselor, and after that I was like, okay, I know this is like what I want to do. Like I want to, counsel kids and just stay in the sports area. something that's special about going to UCLA, I would have to say the fact that we have like the most national championships. Like that's something that we can brag about, and I love talking about it. Also about our academics. Like I think people, like a lot of schools don't have both, and like we have that, and so it's cool that we can brag about it. My name is Patriana Perry. I'm a psychology major, and I run hurdles at UCLA. Go Bruins!
Saturday, August 26th. Kick off the 2017-2018 season with a full week of nonstop football action. First, take a look back at the legends of Pac-12 football with the premiere of 12 Greatest. Then, get the lowdown on everything you need to know this season with Inside Pac-12 Football Season Previews. After that, it's time to get your game face on. The best of the West take on non-conference opponents in back-to-back matchups. Football Kickoff Week. Coverage begins Saturday, August 26th on Pac-12 Network.
And welcome back. It is Season 6 here on the Pac-12 Network, and we're kicking off the women's soccer season. So far, so good. If you're a Bruins fan, 1-0 over visiting San Diego State. Let's take a look back at some of the better moments here in the first half. It didn't take long for Annika Rodriguez to get involved with her new target, Haley Mace.
Haley Mace looking strong so far this match, this season. A new target. Lots of action here. This one comes off the foot of number 13, Via Corta, but saved here by Gabby English. And this incredible strike from Haley Mace. Like you said, Christian Miles, this is something you see later in the season, but we're seeing it now. Another opportunity here from Sheehan, looking incredibly strong on the ball, but Gabby English coming up huge with a foot save. 1-0. At half for UCLA Bruins.
And plenty of positives for UCLA to take into the second half, namely the understanding between Sheehan and Fleming, but also the link between midfield and attack as they look to sharpen things up and hit mid-season form. But a very well-taken goal off the volley from Haley Mace, who's really looked the part.
She looks fantastic, and as Coach Cromwell said before we started this match, that the combination play between Mace, Fleming, Sheehan, and even Via Corta is really going to be the impact for the season. How well are they going to connect? And we've also seen that through Annika Rodriguez, Sunny Dunphy on the left side, playmakers looking to go forward, advance the attack at pace, and get those goals.
Well, Jessie Fleming asserting her international pedigree. If you're not familiar with her, folks, get familiar with her. You're going to know this face for quite some time. Last year, appearing at the Olympics for Canada, who made it all the way to the semifinals, and she played a huge role for the Maple Leafs, and now she's back for her sophomore season. It was a truncated year due to her commitments in the Olympics last year, but now having her back with a little bit of preseason under her belt, the Canadian international now looking to translate that bronze medal success down in Rio here to the collegiate level. And she's been at the center of everything tonight for Amanda Cromwell and UCLA.
Yeah, she's really just that center home place where people can play her the ball, reconnect with each other, whether they're resetting or whether they're going forward. She's someone that's so confident on the ball. She plays almost like a professional player because she has that international experience. She's someone that deserves that captain's band, and that's what she's wearing this year.
Well, right now we're joined by UCLA head coach Amanda Cromwell. First of all, Amanda, thanks for taking the time. We know you're busy here, but it was a good first half, a lot of possession. What would you like to see more of here from your women in the second half?
A lot more possession. That was way under our standard as far as total passes for a half, and our pass percentage was lower compared to what we're used to. So we have to be more composed on the ball, a little bit more patient, and know that if they show us a flat, high line, we got to get it, get over the top and get behind them. But in the end, we got to just work the ball around and keep it more.
How about that strike from Haley Mason? That combination play from Sheehan, incredible player coming in. Delaney Sheehan being super dynamic, like you said.
Yeah, she's a great player on the ball, off the ball. She has really good movement and really good sense for the game, and she's been a really big bright spot for us during preseason.
All right, it's starting to click for you, Amanda. Thanks for taking the time. Best of luck here in the second half. UCLA head coach Amanda Cromwell trying to steer her troops to victory, just as she did last year when they won out 5-0 away to San Diego State on opening day. The second half is underway. Season 6 here on the Pac-12 networks in full swing, and happy to have you along from Drake Stadium here on the campus of UCLA. Christian Miles alongside former Arizona State defender Temris Lane, and UCLA trying to pick up where they left off because they really start to put on the clamps towards the later stages of half number 1. It's a free kick here for San Diego State, who have a lot of questions to answer heading into half number 2.
It'll be interesting to see how they come out, and off the whistle they came out strong. Sarah Brocha winning a ball off the restart there from the Bruins. It's a good sign for the first half, or the second half, coming into a second half with the tenacity, showing the Bruins they're here to play.
Yes, indeed. Amanda Cromwell speaking to the point that she's trying to break those lines and perhaps vary the approach and go up and over the top. Meanwhile, San Diego State digging in midfield. Nice little touch over from Rachel Spiros to play it out wide for Utouche.
Good possession here from San Diego State. They found some confidence here possessing the ball. Wonderful switch.
Brocha working her way around Mace, trying to put it in the path here for Mitchell. Who had the best chance of the first half for San Diego State. It was Mitchell coming off the bench and having quite an impact here. Nice little piece of skills. It's nearly poked through that time by Nicolina Musto.
Good opportunity here from San Diego State. Just looking for that final pass to get a good shot on goal, making it difficult there.
Strong start for the Aztecs. It's exactly what you want when you're trailing 1-0 away from home. Last year, 3 wins, 4 defeats, and 3 draws for San Diego State on their travels. UCLA, conversely, 7 wins, 3 losses, and just 1 tie here in Westwood in their 11 games. Matlich on the right-hand side continues to perform well. This one's slotted out in front, and Tegan Micah all the way outside of her area to clear.
Sending it into the midfield mix here. Bruins repossess the ball, resetting. Interesting feedback there from Coach Cromwell. Of course, the standard is high in terms of possession.
I mean, they had a lot of it.
Yeah, they had clearly.
That shows you how high the standard
they clearly had most of the possession. You know, I will give credit to San Diego State because they maintained good pressure on the ball. The score was 1-0, not a bad score to go into half. But definitely UCLA had the better of the possession in the first half. So
it's not just having possession, it's what you do with the ball when you have it.
Right, and creating opportunities.
Yeah, they call it possession with a purpose. And I'm sure she'd like to see more sharpness, a little bit more chances.
Obviously,
every coach does.
Obviously, it's measurable, and I'm sure they were taking notes on how much possession they had, how those passes were manifesting into opportunities, and where they can do better. And that's your job as a manager, making sure that you're getting the most out of your team, out of your players.
Another freshman checking in to start the second half for the Bruins, and that's Olivia Athens, wearing the number 14 from Appleton, California. Making her collegiate debut, scoring a goal on Sunday against CSU Bakersfield in an exhibition. But this is Mackenzie Serda now, making some inroads down this left-hand side. Lays it across, but just a missed touch that time from the Bruins.
Good hustle there from the Bruins, good recovery.
Saw so many attacking runs like that from Mackenzie Serda, just coming back from a slight injury to start the season. You can see she's got a little bandage wrapped around that left thigh. My, what a force she was going forward. Lending her talents to 6 assists in Pac-12 play last year.
Playmaker, unselfish.
So much really predicated of UCLA success in those wide areas.
Yeah.
She's that prototypical UCLA fullback like Matlich and Gorowski on the right-hand side, like to get them pushed forward and involved.
And that's the benefits of playing that 4-3-3 system with the 3 central midfielders, so that you have players and talent like Matlich, like Serda, who can get forward with pace and anticipate the opportunities down the flanks.
So a throw for Haley Mace and the Bruins. Long searching ball to the center now. Sheehan with her back to goal, lays it off for Mace, trying to serve it right back up. Far post volley, a thing of beauty. It doesn't get any better than that. Jessie Fleming, take a bow, 2-0. UCLA.
You couldn't train that any better. That was incredible connection, vision, patience, and almost like they had trained this goal. Take a look as Mace lifts her head up, finding Fleming on the back post, who just puts this one into the upper 90s, crossbar, back into the back of the net. 2-0, UCLA up. Jessie Fleming with the second goal on the night.
And she is well on her way. The helper from Haley Mace, who now has played a role in both goals. But both of these goals tonight from the Bruins taken on the volley as no one marks up on the Canadian on that far post.
What a beautiful goal. Far post run, the vision, being in the right space at the right time. That's what goal scorers do.
So just the start that the Bruins wanted, just when San Diego State were feeling a little bit more confident at the beginning of the second half, they come and squash the pressure.
Wow, just making the most of their opportunities. And I think that's what we didn't see so much of in the first half was opportunities on goal. Although they were really putting pressure on the San Diego State defense, there weren't a whole lot of shots on goal that were challenging enough for Gabby English to really have to commit and make incredible saves. This one, English had no shot.
Here's Kaya McCullough into the San Diego State half. You've got to be careful here. They've left some holes. And San Diego State really having problems stringing anything together. It's been a robust defensive effort, keeping UCLA at bay in large stretches.
Well, they were doing well at the start of the half, making those connections, even switching the field of play. And then a goal like this happens and you really find yourself on your heels again, you're San Diego State. Regaining that confidence and building opportunities, connecting passes, and making sure that when your team has the ball that you're possessing it, like Coach Friesen said at halftime, and just making one or two more passes to keep the ball, that's going to be key for them to stay in this match.
And Marley Canales also playing a role now for the Bruins as U.S. Women's National Team under-20 stars. They featured for the U.S. women in Papua New Guinea last October. And the hard-punching challenge comes in from Mitchell and just flooring the likes of Olivia Athens here, rather Mackenzie Serta.
It was a good play. Gets the ball and the player. I know she's looking for that call.
She was airborne and really felt the brunt of that one. That's for sure. Drops into the center of the box and cleared away by the Aztecs. Here's McCullough. Leaves it wide for Matlich around one. Matlich likes to go off on those runs, but that one will drift over the touchline and will be a throw for San Diego State. Remember UCLA trying to fill those shoes left by Darian Jenkins, who, despite going down mid-season with that broken leg, was such a big part of the attack.
What a phenomenal player. Yeah, that was a big hit for the Bruins last season. Something they really struggled to compensate for on the goal-scoring end of the game, which is crucial, as we know.
Devastating injury.
Excellent run here from San Diego State.
And here come the Aztecs. Good ball across, summoning the best defense from Mackenzie Serta. And Canales, safety first, gets it out of play.
If you're looking at San Diego State's runs there, they weren't quite as dynamic, and Bruins had them just well marked up, player for player. Weren't a lot of opportunities on that left flank.
So a touche now for Rachel Sparrows. San Diego State just trying to claw one back straight into the mixer for Arnestadter, but a strong defensive play relieves the pressure for the time being. A touch away there from Chloe Frisch, running into a sea of blue. And here comes Haley Mace leading a counter-attack on UCLA's behalf. Lays it out wide on the right-hand side. And here come the Bruins looking for more. And just over the top and out of play. Korowski making that energetic run down the right.
A good opportunity there for the Bruins. Just a little overplayed there. It's the right idea from UCLA Bruins, number 26, Zoe Goralski. Defender getting forward, looking for that cross.
Yeah, the target, Julia Hernandez, the Spaniard who's checked in. She's leading the line right now. Serta sends it out of play. I tell you what, Goralski should be making those runs in the 90th minute as well. Like Annika Rodriguez, a tireless worker.
And the women's game, fitness is just above the rest. Especially at this level, you're going to come across players who can go for 120 minutes.
Ahuja making the run.
Yep.
Taken away by Gabby Matlich. Matlich just 5'1". Don't let her diminutive stature fool you. Touchback now for Kaya McCullough. Canales misjudges it. Careless giveaway here from the Bruins. Talked about that international pedigree. We saw a lot of Marley Canales at the international level. Now making her collegiate debut for UCLA. Long awaited, by the way. Here's Angela Mitchell now for San Diego State. In no way past the defense of Mackenzie Serta. He gets the benefit of the whistle and a free kick now for the home side.
This is a great call there from the center official. Mitchell just making that hustle play, and that's like a play that most players would want to make, staying on the ball, but when you're playing on the ground there, you're going to get called. Handball.
Haley Mace directly involved and impressive thus far leading the line. It's not just about the numbers and the assists, it's the movements and her sense of space and understanding with her teammates that's been equally impressive. UCLA may just perhaps have a new number 9 in their number 16.
Indeed. Not a bad start for the 16.
Interesting though that she comes out into a wider role, deferring to Hernandez. Actually found the back of the net last year against San Diego State.
Hernandez from Spain. Fleming from Canada. Players, we have Renar's daughter from Iceland.
Yep.
Pac-12 is colorful and international.
The United Nations.
That's right.
6 different nationalities in total for UCLA.
You gotta love it. More of that. More of that.
Global game.
The global game.
Yep. The world's game. The beautiful game tonight for UCLA. Serta around one. Serta!
What a strike there from Serta.
An absolute cannon from the UCLA defender. Goes wide.
Take another look at this. She just finds this opportunity, splits the defense, and it goes just shy of that left post. Great strike there from Serta.
So here comes San Diego State. Giving chase. They'll clear their lines for the time being. Karina Rodriguez not taking any risks back there in the heart of that defense with Kaya McCullough. And you get a look at Esther Anarsdottir, the Icelander, wearing the number 7. Haven't heard much from her. A real mobile presence, and her coach very high on her attacking talents. Here's Mitchell. And the flag is up outside against San Diego State. It's just not clicking right now for the Aztecs.
No, not quite. They just need more players to get in the mix. And at this point in the match, you're watching that clock. You know you have a good chunk of time left. Still 30 more minutes to go. And you're pacing yourself against the Bruins.
Yeah.
So I think we're seeing a little bit of that. Some players slowing down a little in terms of their extra movement on the ball and putting pressure in the attack, because you know the second UCLA repossesses that you've got to track back. So I think we're seeing a little bit of that from San Diego State. Bruins still as energetic as ever. looking to go forward. They're an attacking team. They're a possession team. But when they possess, they look to go forward. The time we see them go negative is just a reset. We'll see that regularly from the UCLA Bruins. They do a great job of switching the field of play like we're seeing now.
Serta had a peeled run that time from Haley Mace, looking very lively. Great looking cross off the head of Julia Hernandez.
Good athletic skill there from Hernandez, getting her head on that one. She had to step back just a little. Looks like we have a foul in the far corner there. Is that Fleming on the ground? Take a look at this. Hernandez reaching back. I like that. I thought Fleming maybe would have gotten here. She possesses the ball here in the corner.
What a ball that was from Haley Mace.
Excellent ball there. Just a little behind Hernandez, who still managed to get a piece of it.
So the free kick coming up.
You'll see a whole lot of height out there on the pitch tonight. Nobody that's standing above the rest anyway. I'm sure we'll see that throughout the season.
We'll see what UCLA draw up. They've had a chance to work on this in training. Out in the middle, straight for Gabby English. Very sure-handed.
Right to the keeper's hands there. English confident on that one.
And she's been beaten twice tonight through no fault of her own. 2 wonderfully constructed goals.
Really volleys. Both goals with pace.
Turn back for Mace, who's been involved in both. The orchestrator now is Marley Canales, the freshman. Well, perhaps a little overzealous. I'll tell you what, she's not lacking in confidence.
She picked her head up on that one. She saw the goal. She decided to go for it. Telegraphed it a little too early. English would have been on it, and this one just went over the top.
Canales scoring from the penalty spot on Sunday against Cal State Bakersfield. San Diego product out of Westview High School. Trying to work it down the line. Athens with her back to goal now. And freshman combines well, and here comes Fleming. Beautiful ball, very well weighted down the right-hand side. It's Gorowski with her head up, pulls it back across. Hernandez! Yes! Outstanding from the Bruins. You don't draw it up any better. And it's Julia Hernandez who triples the advantage for UCLA.
The power on that goal, the redirection, incredible skill. Jessie Fleming with the entry pass here. Down the right flank, Gorowski whips this one in, and it's Hernandez with her head on this one. She watches this one in into the back of the net, making it 3-0. Bruins go up over San Diego State. Excellent goal there from the number 10.
Hernandez's only goal last year came against the very same team. And perhaps this one will set her on her way. Credit, though, and a brilliant run from Zoe Gorowski.
Brilliant run, brilliant combination play. This team is looking sharp. Fleming with a perfectly weighted ball through to Gorowski, and Hernandez there on the back end. She looks like she could be their target player. Take a net cam look at this one. Beautiful goal. She saw this one in. And it takes power and poise to put those ones away. I love scoring goals with my head. That was usually where most of my goals came from.
You know, it was interesting, speaking of goals, Amanda Cromwell saying, hey, Julia Hernandez looked very sharp and impressive in preseason, reaping those benefits. She didn't quite have the campaign that she wanted last year after transferring from Eastern Florida State. My, oh my, perhaps she's going to give more selection problems in the attack, because you want to talk about an embarrassment of riches. UCLA have plenty of options going forward. Here's Fleming. Mace just trying to help it on, and this is where San Diego State really need to get a foot in the game. Up and over the top now. The flag is down. Here comes Max Serta, and she's got a runner with her. The header this time from Hernandez sails well high.
Got excited on that one. Right place. Wrong pace on that header. It was a good ball in. It was a great ball in. Maybe she could have settled that one down. She might have had more time, but hey, she had luck once already with her head. Why not go for it?
5'6" from Madrid, former Spanish youth international. Out of the La Roja setup, as they say. No players coming out of Spain are going to be technically gifted. And you don't see a lot of players from Spain scoring with their head. So good in the air. Hernandez is able really to defy the stereotype.
Interesting. I like it.
I always think of that tiki-taka, the sweet feet.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's the kind of game that I think our Canadian international, Jessie Fleming, likes to play, tiki-taka. It's at least what she professed to Coach Cromwell.
Yes, she can entertain as well as be effective. The perfect combination.
You know, and she's really good, Fleming, really good at starting the play, getting the play going, and creating those opportunities that ultimately end up and result in goals like Hernandez.
But it's interesting here, Temris. This is a team in UCLA right now. It looks a little bit more ruthless in front of goal in the second half than we saw in the first.
Yeah, that's got to be part of the possession thing. Keep possession and create opportunities, not just pass the ball around and have less opportunities on goal. Now they're clearly generating those opportunities down the flanks, like we've seen those runs have come from the flanks. They've even moved Jessie into a position where she's able to get on those back post runs. Her goal, clearly an example.
Fleming now for Cerda. Just trying to help it down the line. It's a hard charging Julia Hernandez who can't get there in time. And so much of this UCLA success predicated on width and those players in wide positions. Zoe Goralski with the helper on the last goal. Haley Mace deferring to Hernandez and playing wider here in the second half on the left-hand side, and it reaped rewards as well.
Look at this defense from Bruins, just really locking it in, making it difficult for San Diego State to find any kind of outlet. And San Diego State, credit to them, still putting high pressure, knowing that if they allow Bruins to possess, they're in trouble.
And this is coming against an opponent that's no slouch whatsoever. They are picked, San Diego State, to win the Mountain West Conference.
Yeah, they're strong in the Mountain West Conference.
They've won 7 of the last 10 trophies on offer. Kind of goes with the modus operandi for Bruins. They've got 3 top 10 schools.
Good work.
Faced this year, and 17's in the top 25 on their schedule to start the season.
Good work here from San Diego State, relieving pressure, at least momentarily.
Rocha now for San Diego State.
Great ball in.
Who's trying to get in behind, and well tended to by Karina Rodriguez.
Rodriguez almost gets beat there, but manages to knock this one out. Cleared out for a corner. Now this is an opportunity that San Diego State could really capitalize on. Plays a short corner.
And it's belted into that far post. The volley is there, but it's straight in to the keeper, Tegan Micah. No problem for the Australians.
She could have hit that with a little more power and pace. It was well taken, but right to Micah's hands effortlessly.
Yeah, plenty of zip on that ball across, that's for sure.
Bruins sitting pretty with a 3-goal lead. I don't think we'll see them let up anytime soon, however. This is the first match of a big season.
Oh, you can bet Amanda Cromwell is watching her players saying, hey, you may have a 3-goal lead. No position is safe. Despite the advantage, these players know that they are vying for playing time. That's right. For sure. It's come out for Cerda now, and this looks promising once again. Cerda on that right foot and tries to curl one. Not past English this time, however.
A quick little step over there from Cerda looked really good. Looking for that shot again. Cuts on the inside. Have a look. There was that step over. A shoulder feint and then just a strike on goal. But as you said, English there to make the save.
UCLA in pursuit of another shutout. They had 9 of them last year, including the NCAA tournament. Good enough for 4th best, tied for 4th best in amongst Pac-12 teams. Matlich back to Tegan Micah, who's been pretty good with her feet. Fresh from an Australia call-up with his senior women's team.
Australia in the house.
The Matildas.
That's right.
Aussie.
That's right. International.
And she was called up for that Team of Nations tournament that was just down the road in Carson earlier this month, but didn't see any action. She's seen plenty of time with the Aussie under-20s. And we're going to see some changes here, wholesale ones. Back comes Castañeda. And we'll see more changes coming in the shape of Claire Winter, one of the tri-captains this year, as Gorowski goes off with Marley Canales, and Sonny Dumphy comes back in to bolster the UCLA attack with 20 minutes remaining in the season opener in Westwood. Who's joining us? It was a first-half goal from Haley Mace for 2 second-half strikes from Jessie Fleming and Julia Hernandez. Has UCLA up 3-0? We are happy you are along with us here on opening day women's soccer here on the Pac-12 Network. Christian Miles alongside former Sun Devil defender Temris Lane.
That's right. Opening day. Could be more excited.
You are
I'm happy to be back. Every season I look forward to this. Pac-12 women's soccer doesn't get much better than this.
Join the conversation on Twitter, hashtag Pac-12 Soccer. Just some great photos that Temris is going to post for you. Nice little touch through here. Annika Rodriguez trying to rejoin the attack as well. This one will pop right up and headed down this time by the number 19, J.C. Peterson, who's come in. She gets a foot to it now, and Rodriguez claimed using her strength and durability and try and dig it out of central midfield. And that battle won this time by Chloe Frisch, who's really had her hands full all evening long. Here's Hernandez, the most recent of goal scorers. Good stuff from the Spaniard.
Keeping possession, finding her way out of trouble. Good possession here from Bruins. Fresh legs on the pitch. Second half substitutions. A crucial minute. Really great job at switching the point of attack
and
here.
Here comes Annika Rodriguez. Referee has a quick look at it.
Got a bit of a collision here from the penalty. Looks like we either have a cramp or some sort of injury on San Diego State side.
It looked to be a clear-cut penalty, and that's the case.
Yep, penalty here. Referee even went for her card. Yep, I think she has to do this. Yellow card issued. Oh, they just stepped on each other's foot there.
So the penalty kick awarded to the UCLA Bruins. Rocha bringing down Annika Rodriguez. And that will bring up Julia Hernandez, looking for her second strike in the space of 10 minutes. And it's Hernandez against English. Julia Hernandez steps up, saved by Gabby English, and the rebound blasted home by the Spaniard, who would not be denied on the second occasion.
Wow, is she lucky on that one. Redemption for the number 10. She even had a swing and a miss on the rebound. This stutter step could be the critique here. Do you really need to take that, Hernandez? Nonetheless, she gets the third rebound or the second rebound. Manages to put this one in. Credit to English. She reads this one well. Hernandez misses the second opportunity. By the time the defenders get there, she manages a third attempt and puts that one in the back of the net.
3 attempts off a penalty kick. You didn't see that too often. She puts it home. Second goal of the night. Great night for her. And it gets better and better for these UCLA Bruins. They're closing in on those 5 goals that we saw last August in San Diego.
Yeah, if I'm Cromwell, though, on that one, if I'm a coach, I'm saying, don't take that stutter step.
And this one comes in, easy save from Tegan and Micah. That's a Real interesting topic of debate. You see it at the professional level a lot.
Yeah.
Started off by Luis Figo. Hey, if Luis Figo can do it.
Yeah, I mean, you
I'm
have
just
to.
saying.
The rules are that you have to continue your run, right? You can't completely stop. So she didn't do that, but she did take a little stutter, and it affected the way that she shot the ball.
Absolutely.
To me, that's you don't do that.
You're old-fashioned. You just want to get up there and just bang it home, right?
Well, I mean, at a certain
Have
level.
a go.
At a certain level, no.
Here comes San Diego State having a go, and Utouche not enough power to bother Micah.
And, you know, you said it earlier, Spanish flair, and I think we saw a little bit of that, and she was confident. She's the one that said, hey, I want to take this penalty. You know there's a slew of other players on the Bruins side that could have easily stepped up and taken that one. And I think she's feeling rather relieved that she managed to get her third try in the back of the net.
Well, does this all mean that we're going to see some penalty kick lessons from Tamara Slane after full time? If so, I will stick around for it.
Yeah, we'll see you after the show.
Okay.
We'll see you after the show.
I will not put on the gloves. Just saying right now. No gloves, no go. Not happening.
The stutter step would mess me up, I'll tell you that.
Here's Annika Rodriguez for the Bruins, looking for a fifth. Puts it on that right foot, trying to push it through.
Tries to slot that one through, but San Diego State defense, they're still on. They're still in this game. Working hard to minimize Bruin attack.
Yeah, it's damage control right now.
At this point, yes. Substitutions coming in here.
It's a scoreline that's really not going to be completely reflective of what was a brave start here from Mike Freese and these Aztecs. They kept UCLA at bay for the first half an hour or so. Floodgates kind of breaking towards the beginning of the second half. 3 goals in the space of 21 minutes. Rodriguez, meanwhile, looking for more. There's a hunger in her. Just tries to thread it through again to no avail. San Diego State looking to be a little bit more dangerous on these counterattacks. Good movement and questions of a penalty kick, and that's going to be a trip to the spot. Utouche brought down by Karina Rodriguez. So a lifeline here for the Aztecs.
Great run here from Utouche. She sees that Rodriguez is cutting on the outside of her, so she cuts on the inside or on the outside of the player in order to get to the ball, and Rodriguez fouls.
So we'll see how UCLA can react. It's all up to Tegan Micah against Aliyah Utouche. Utouche steps up and drills it with authority. That's how you take a penalty kick. Thank you very much, say the Aztecs, as they claw one back and cut the deficit to 3.
I was going to say the same thing, Christian. Now this is how you take a penalty kick. You plan on where you're going, you step up to the ball with confidence, and you strike with pace. And for Utouche, Micah just guessed the wrong side altogether.
That's
4-1.
She made that look very easy. Opened up her body, hit it side foot, and beat the keeper, and put the keeper in the wrong direction. Well taken penalty kick, and credit to San Diego State for perseverance.
Clinical. Yes. Good one for their morale, good one for their confidence, good for the timing of that goal, that penalty, with 15 minutes left in this matchup. Gives them just a little bit more energy to keep going.
So
interesting no call there.
Yeah. No shutout tonight for UCLA.
I'm sure Tegan Micah didn't see that one coming.
Nothing she could do about it. Claire Winter off the bench, trying to dig it out of midfield now. A little bit more confidence about San Diego State at this point.
I like their hunger. I like their competitiveness. They grab the ball out of the back of the net once they score and put it back for a restart. Let's get this game going. They want to claw their way back from a 4-0 deficit. Now it's 4-1. 3-goal difference. Bruins still got some fire in them.
And here's Mace coming from a deeper role, and she is chopped down and still down. Comes out of play. She really took a hit. saw this so many times last year. It's a real crunching tackle that time from San Diego State's Chloe Frisch.
Gets the ball, bit of the player.
Part of the game. Matouche, the goal scorer. Mace defensively. She's reverted to that role we saw last year. A chance to spread the attacking wealth, I guess. And she will slot right back in alongside Kaya McCullough in the heart of that UCLA back four.
Bruins just finding their possession. And recalibrating. And just slotting it through here to Rodriguez.
Lovely touch from Monica Rodriguez. Flag is up on the far side.
Offside, UCLA.
Monica Rodriguez. What a great season she had last year. 3 goals, 8 assists. Tied for second in conference play with USC's Leah Pruitt. She's going to be on that list again this year, that's for sure. But trying to adjust to a wider role. She has been deployed by her head coach, Amanda Cromwell. Here's Claire Winter now for the Bruins, dropping it back.
Great composure from the Bruin defense here. On that penalty, Rodriguez is a freshman. She is the youngest on that back line, so I'm sure there's a lesson to be learned here. But for the remainder of the night, I'd say she's had a fantastic evening. Really solidifying that back four for both sides. For all teams, really, at this point in the season, is going to be crucial to the success.
Yeah. And nice to have your older sister, Annika, on the team as well, Karina.
That would be a nice thing, I think.
Yes,
I think that would
at
be
times.
a nice thing.
It can be rough at times as well, right?
Great for parents.
Nice little flick up. No problem for Gabby English. I know my sister, when she liked to play against me in the backyard, she really let me have it a few times.
Was she older?
Yes.
Yes, I had an older brother.
Right down the middle, nicely read by who else but Haley Mace, who hands down is putting in a woman of the match performance. Rodriguez. Dangerous ball to the back, tended to by Mace.
Ooh.
Full stretch, links up with Annika Rodriguez, who gets in behind. And here come the Bruins. Another wave. It's Annika Rodriguez. Not too shabby.
Well done there from Mace, stepping up out of the back in that quick transition play to Rodriguez, who gets an incredible shot. Mishits it, goes quite a bit wide, actually. Not really that close to target.
Power over placement.
We just saw a yellow card here.
So Athens will go back to the bench after making her collegiate debut. And back comes in the star of the first half in Delaney Sheehan. Made quite a splash, and she'll come back up to lead the line on UCLA's behalf. Esther Arnarsdottir coming back in to lead the line for San Diego State. Long searching ball headed away by Mace. It is such a nice luxury to have one of your number 9s and more lethal forwards come back into play a pivotal role in the center of defense.
Pretty impressive.
Almost akin to a football player's version of a two-way player. Here's Claire Winter. Silky smooth in the center. Lays it off for Karina Rodriguez. UCLA 10 minutes and some change. Have to ride out this one and record their first victory of 2017. Dunphy has arrived on the scene, dispossessed. As Castaneda also has come off the bench, trying to win it back on UCLA's behalf. The Bruins, of course, in action on Sunday, away to Long Beach State. Next Thursday, of course, we'll have it for you at 5:30 here on Pac-12 Network. It's the Bruins against Jerry Smith and the Broncos of Santa Clara.
Should be a good one.
Back up over the top is Annika Rodriguez trying to flick it into harm's way, and it's cleared out by the Aztecs defense. You know, Jerry Smith, his team comes in with a preseason ranking at number 24 in the country, and that's going to be a formidable adversary. Should be a good one. And, of course, the following Sunday, the 27th, here at home against UCSB, another game we'll have for you on Pac-12 Network.
NorCal versus SoCal, a rivalry.
I like it.
To tune in for.
Absolutely.
Always.
Absolutely, Timrus Lane.
That's right.
I'll be watching.
I'll be on the game. As
more reason to watch. So a goal kick here for Tegan Micah, 82nd minute. Drake Stadium, Haley Mace, scorer and provider tonight, now bolstering the back line in her junior season. UCLA on cruise control here. A team that took care of Seattle in the first round of the NCAA playoffs, and of course upended Nebraska in the round of 32 before falling to West Virginia on penalty kicks. Can they go one further? Is the question. I tell you what, you look at this roster and you think they can make a good, long, deep run, not just at the NCAAs, but in Pac-12 as well.
Yeah, I'm sure they're always gunning for that championship, whether it's Pac-12 champions, NCAA champions. You know, getting out of the round of 16 didn't happen for the Bruins last season, so accomplishing that is going to be something on their to-do list. They've got a lot of young talent, fresh talent, competitive talent, a roster of competitors. Entertaining talent.
Fun to watch.
Yes, indeed.
You got a host. We talked about the attacking options. There's much more to this team than just Jessie Fleming. Wide on the right now. Chloe Castañeda dropping into central midfield.
Sheehan, I think, is someone that we're really going to have to keep our eye on this season. She's very dynamic, extremely fit, as we've seen. And she just is able to find those pockets, split the defense, see the runners, good vision. Her and Fleming will be putting on a show for the 2017 Pac-12 season.
Bruins, by the way, opening up conference play on the 22nd of November against Danny Sanchez's Colorado Buffaloes, who are not going to be a pushover by any stretch of the word this season. Taylor Korniak is going to be a force to be reckoned with in that Buffs attack as you get a good look at Amanda Cromwell. Bit of a coaching shake-up here with her assistants this year, Temris.
Yeah, indeed. We see one of her coaches go down to San Diego, Louise Lieberman. Going to miss her. We're going to miss her in the Pac-12, but congratulations for her new position.
And, of course, Alina Hayes, the goalkeeper coach,
joining the staff. Right time, right place.
And Alina Hayes actually going to continue her career as a player, the Brazilian, over in Hungary. So a change in goalkeeping coach. Jenny Binton has come in. A promotion to associate head coach for Joshua Walters. Sam Green stepping aboard as a volunteer assistant this year for UCLA. And assistants, they come and go often, and you can't fault those assistants for ambitions of their own. Best of luck to Lou Lieberman at San Diego. Her old team, though, off to a pretty good start here.
I'm sure she's proud. Not to mention against her now rival.
That will be interesting. Oh, nice little dummy that time from Canales, who lead it for Sheehan. Matlich. Down the right-hand side. Sheehan's flared out wide. The run towards the center for Chloe Castañeda.
You know, Sheehan has just an incredible movement around the ball. Her relationship to the ball is almost as if she's dancing with it. If you saw her body position, so that she's able to earn the corners, so that she's able to face the majority of the field is pretty impressive.
Amanda Cromwell telling us what's most impressive about her, besides her dribbling skills and the attributes that you mentioned, is her ability to read the game at such a young stage of her career. The corner kick for the Bruins, right into the heart of that defense. San Diego State don't clear, and UCLA score another one. Second ball drops, and the Bruins bite for the 5th time. It's Claire Winter who opens up her account on the 86th minute as UCLA restore that 4-goal advantage.
Great ball in here. This one doesn't get cleared out, gets bounced around a bit, but Winter sees the opportunity, settles this one down, and finds the back of the net. Makes it 5-1, UCLA Bruins.
It's all about reactions, and Claire Winter had 1 goal last year against Oregon and back on track this year. Elected by her teammates as one of those co-captains this time around. Taking a look at the redshirt senior from Lafayette, California. Has always been a hard worker. Hasn't always been in the first team setup, but a credit to her work ethic and her character. She's hung in.
Yeah, and those are the kind of goals that she can put away and that she does put away. You should put those away when they fall at your feet. You're in the 6-yard box. Smash it away.
Spoken like a true defender.
That's right. I mean, that one, San Diego State definitely should have done better on that corner. They had time, they had the numbers. Clearly the focus, that to me, that's focus. That comes down to focus and determination to make sure that ball gets cleared out. You fall asleep for a second against the UCLA Bruin, you're going to get punished for it.
So under 3 minutes left here in Westwood. A foregone conclusion as the Bruins will open up with another win to start 2017 on the right foot. It's back for Peterson.
Great
touch
turn there.
Forward now from Annika Rodriguez.
Really
blazing another trail. Is it going to be a half dozen? Here comes Annika Rodriguez, sends it through onto the ball in a flash. A touch around from Sheehan, but it's poked away at the 11th hour by San Diego State.
Great defense there from Bailey Cook of San Diego State. Sheehan wanted this one on her right foot, but this one was defended to the left. It looks like we have a player down here on the field. Is it Rodriguez, Annika Rodriguez? Good, she's up. We like to see that. Trainers coming on the pitch nonetheless.
So physical, robust, and tough. Annika Rodriguez.
Walking this one off.
Well, probably one of the more durable players in the country. The amount of fouls that she absorbs. She'll just take a breather for the time being. Julia Hernandez will check back in. No concern there from Amanda Cromwell.
We're down in the last 2 minutes of the match. See a bit more possession here and some determination from the Bruins as they keep looking towards goal.
Here's Peterson.
Good defending there from San Diego State.
Sheehan. High looping switch. Dunphy getting chase, and Matlich pushing it beyond at San Diego State midfield. And continue to forge away on that far side. San Diego State, of course, tough schedule themselves. 6 teams they will face. They were in the NCAA tournament last year. Not going to be easy for them. So final minute here in Westwood. And UCLA putting 5 past the Aztecs for the 2nd season running, stretching their run and their hoodoo over San Diego State to 9 consecutive victories, dating back all the way to 1998. An incredible run.
They're just relentless, still going for it. Final seconds of this matchup.
19 shots to 5 and a pretty impressive night numerically, 5 goals to 1. That one goal is going to be irksome for not just Tegan Micah, but Amanda Cromwell, who wants to get that back line tighter and tighter.
And on the other side, I'm sure that last goal is the one that San Diego State wants back.
And that will do it. It's in the books. Opening day is over. And San Diego State losing out to Amanda Cromwell and the UCLA Bruins. 4 second-half goals, leading the charge once again, and a deserved win for the number 9 team in the country, Temris.
Bruins just showed up tonight. The second half especially. Coach Cromwell must have really hyped them up in that locker room because they came out and they put the ball in the back of the net, winning this one with a solid 5-1 victory.
Haley Mace with the first goal and an assist. Jessie Fleming Hernandez on target twice, along with Claire Winter. Of course, stick around. Keep it right here on Pac-12 Network. After this one, we're off to Pullman. Bonus coverage between Minnesota and the Cougs coming up next. On behalf of Temris Lane and the entire crew, I'm Christian Miles saying so long from Westwood, where UCLA wins out 5-1 over San Diego State.
Hi there, everybody. Welcome to our first ever Alumni Spotlight Show here at the Pac-12 Network. I'm Kate Scott, a proud Pac-12 alum. For the past year, we here at the Pac-12 have partnered up with the alumni associations at all 12 of our member universities in an effort to get to know some of our most notable alums. And with 3.5 million Pac-12 alumni in the U.S. alone and over 164 countries worldwide, obviously, we can't get to everybody, but we're looking forward to introducing you to 13 notable alumni in our first show here today. First up, a fifth-generation Ute, the president of the reigning WNBA champion LA Sparks, and the man who helped make the NFL's Levi Stadium a reality.
Parag Marathe, Chief Strategy Officer and Executive Vice President of Football Operations. I've been with the 49ers for 16 years. I started in 2001. I've held almost every job there is to have. My education and experience at Cal was something that I truly appreciate. It was just the perfect experience. It really just kind of taught me how to think and how to approach problems and how to problem solve. I really feel like I owe a lot to the university. Proudest moment, it was probably our ribbon cutting ceremony for opening the stadium, because for that was 7-8 years of really hard work trying to get that done, and it felt like a personal achievement of being able to accomplish it. My name is Parag Marathe, class of 1999. Go Bears.
Christine Simmons, President and Chief Operations Officer for the Los Angeles Sparks. So when I was applying for college, I was the first to actually graduate from college in my family. I was raised by a single mom. She raised 4 girls on her own. So I was kind of ready to get out of California and spread my wings and head to NYU. But I felt that UCLA is really where I needed to be and stay at least a little close to home. I grew up about an hour east of Los Angeles in Rancho Cucamonga, so I at least got to get a little bit away from home, but got to stay here, and I'm very glad that I did so. I took a very non-traditional path to get to where I am today. I was actually pre-med. I have a degree in physiological science. I found myself organizing and empowering and working in the community far more than I probably was studying in the sciences. During that period of time, I actually met Magic Johnson, my now boss, at UCLA. Fast forward, my passion for empowerment and community service then became a career in diversity. That then led me to work for Irvin Magic Johnson, which was a phenomenal opportunity for me. Provided such a unique opportunity for me to provide this platform for women. So it became this amazing mix of empowerment, business, and sports, which are 3 of my loves. Christine Simmons, class of 1998, UCLA. Go Bruins.
Mark Paul, president of Stryker Neurovascular, and I graduated in 1987 from the University of Utah. Currently at Stryker Neurovascular, we are the pioneers and leaders in less invasive neurosurgery. We treat patients who are both suffering from ischemic and hemorrhagic stroke. My family's been associated with the University of Utah now for 5 generations straight. It all started with my great-grandfather, who was one of the first students and the valedictorian of the 3rd graduating class. 30 years later, my grandfather showed up on campus in the Roaring 20s, and he started on the basketball team as a guard and played for 3 years on the Utah basketball team. 30 years after that, my mother showed up on campus. She became a cheerleader. And then later, both my wife and myself attended the University of Utah. And now we have 2 children on campus, both my oldest son and my daughter. And my daughter just married the outgoing student body president. I learned how to organize. I learned how to delegate. I learned how to motivate others to accomplish a common goal. And it was those skills I learned on campus that helped shape my character and shape who I was as a professional. And I still use those skills every day in my professional life, running an organization such as Stryker Neurovascular. What does the University of Utah mean to me? You know, it's provided my family with education. It's provided my family with opportunity, and it's brought great richness to the value of our lives. And I look at its mission going forward, especially in the community of Salt Lake City and the greater state of Utah and the Mountain West. It brings students from all different walks of life, and it serves a great service for the community and bringing those students together for the common good of the state of Utah. Mark Paul, graduate of 1987 from the University of Utah. Go Utes!
Julie Lambert, Director of Finance and Human Resources for S. Martinelli & Company. I started out in engineering, and the strength of the civil engineering department is what drew me to the university. I found that a better fit for me was business and finance. Through my years at Oregon State, I was able to be exposed to a lot of different disciplines, a lot of activities, a lot of volunteer opportunities, and I've continued that track throughout my professional career. S. Martinelli & Company decided we really needed to showcase our 150 years in business and have recently opened the tasting room. Oregon State helped shape me in many ways, and I am always proud to be an Oregon State University alumni. Julie Lambert, class of 1985, go Beavs!
My name is Clay Mortson. I'm the owner of Mortson Family Winery in Healdsburg, California. Currently, we produce a wine for the University of Oregon Alumni Association, and incredibly proud to be a part of the first ever Oregon Alumni Wines. You know, I see a lot of similarities to the pride of ownership of having your name on the back of your jersey and the name on my bottle of wine. And I think it's just that spark in people that you want to go out and do your best. Because when you're representing not just yourself, but your family and your name. And I look at winemaking the exact same I did as at the football field. You know, having an Oregon degree means an incredible amount, and it's a huge part of my success today. I feel like I was incredibly prepared for the business world, you know, with my marketing and finance degrees. And, you know, it's why we're successful today. My name is Clay Mortson, class of 1997. Go Ducks.
You're watching Pac-12 Los Angeles, home of the UCLA Bruins and the USC Trojans. Available on Time Warner, Cox, and Bright House.
Nissan is the premier partner of the Heisman Trophy, and we surprised fans with this award-winning lineup.
Eddie George, Marcus Allen. Are you guys ready to go train with us? Let's go do it!
Then, they experienced Nissan's award-winning lineup.
That's incredible.
It's Nissan's bottom line model year-end event. For a limited time, lease the Rogue family today, starting at just $159 per month.
Will you take me to the Nissan dealership?
I'm always the first one up. I'm always up for a challenge. I'll overcome any obstacle. I don't believe in limits. I refuse to be average.
Don't let these show he comes up in
Baby, I got a creak in my neck, limp in my step, cramping in my muscles every time I try to flex.